tell you what, I still love that.
Baby.
I don't know. It hits, doesn't it? Like, it's one of the better things we've done.
I will never get tired of that.
Like, I
will never get tired of that.
It's like one of those things. It's like a fine wine. It's getting better with age, is it not? Oh, are we having technical issues right off the bat?
I see.
Hello,
Really?
Christy. Yeah, okay. Now, do you hear me now? Because I asked you a question, you just ignored me. So, do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I asked you a question, you just completely ignored me. I was like, oh, well, fine. I said, our song is like fine. It's like wine. It's aging like wine because it just keeps getting better with age. I feel like the more I hear it, the more I enjoy it.
You know how the first movie in the trilogy is always the best? So that's how this goes. It starts off and it just kind of just goes like that as the show goes on.
And then it closes really strong because we play it at the end, right?
Right.
But how are we doing today? Good?
Good. Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it's been a bit busy.
We're done with sports.
See, we have summer basketball that started last night. So like on Friday, so I can tell you this because you know Bowling Green. So they sent out the schedule. What they do for a lot of the summer basketball schedules is they'll just say, hey, we're going to Bowling Green on these days. And then the times they don't really find out until like a couple of days before. So I noticed that the girls basketball team was playing at Bowling Green High School on Friday, and the boys were playing at WKU. And when I got that schedule, I was like, ho, double dip, you might say, because it's tough for a regular, like, for me to drive an hour for 2 games, but if I can drive an hour for 4 games or 5, it's worth it. So what I'm going to have to do on Friday, Bowling Green, can Sam pull this off? What do you think? Okay. So first game for the girls. So summer basketball games usually last about 50 minutes. They're about 50 minutes because they usually put 10 minutes in between the game. So the first game is at Bowling Green High School at 8 a.m. Okay? 8 a.m. The boys play at Diddle at 9:25 a.m. So that gives me roughly 30 minutes to get from Bowling Green High School right by where you used to live, park, and get inside Diddle. And then at 11 a.m., another 35 minutes.
What day of the week is that?
This is Friday. And then at
and
then at 11 a.m., so 9:25, and then at 11, the girls are back at Bowling Green High School, and then the boys are back at Western at 1:30. What's up, Forrest? Good to have you. So I'm gonna be like bouncing back and forth in Bowling Green. So like you messaged me yesterday asking for a potential of a hat. I'm like, yeah, I might. I'm literally gonna be running around like a chicken with my head cut off around WKU's campus. But maybe when I'm done, I might have a few free minutes. But what do you think? Can I pull it off? Because the best part is I'm not setting up equipment. I'm there as like a newspaper writer. I'm taking notes and so on. If I was setting equipment up, I'd have no chance. I'd have no chance.
That's easier. Mm-hmm. That's easier. Yeah. So, Randy, my wonderful station owner, is making us cover the baseball and softball banquets this year, where I have to pick a player of the year.
Oh, I hate that.
The issue is that we've only done 3 games all season.
We had a lot of rain this year.
So I don't know how I'm supposed to pick a best player of the year when I've only seen 3 games this year.
Well, see, what we're doing this year is, and I don't know that it's official, but we've been giving out an MVP for every game that we've done. And apparently and I have not gotten an official answer on this, but we are apparently going to give out like the MVP of the MVPs. And apparently I think that might be old Sam that's going to have to make that pick. And I'm like, great. Honestly, Paul, with this, I might just do that. Just pull a name out of a hat and that'll be the MVP. Because we have like 4 or 5 candidates who'd be really good for it. I don't know who I'm going to do because it's so hard to like, how do you compare a kid who had a 1.3 ERA in baseball versus a kid who rushed for 1,500 yards on the football field versus a kid who averaged 22 points a game? Like, how do you compare that?
I thought I thought
Yeah.
mine was ridiculous. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
Well, the
Jalen.
girls softball team won 3 games all season.
Oof, oof, oof. So
Like,
Jalen,
how am I supposed to pick a player of the year from that?
Jalen does games in McLean County here in the area, and their field, when we had all the rain, completely flooded, and they missed, Jalen, you'll have to tell me, like 2 or 3 weeks of the season because they literally could not play because their baseball field was flooded, which was wild. We just had bad luck that it seems like every day we were supposed to be there at rain, and then we had the one game that we set up. We were ready to go. I start my broadcast, and then I look up, and I'm like, there's nobody here. They didn't seem to tell me that the game had been put under a lightning delay, which was very much fun. Almost a month. Wow. Almost a month of games canceled. Wild. What's the longest stretch you've gone in that realm? Because I think we had a stretch of about 20 days in basketball a couple of years ago where we went because of snow without having a game or anything like that. Do you have a thought of the longest you've gone in that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 17.
17?
17. Yep, 17.
Forrest says, let's talk about how bad the run support is for Paul Skeens. Pittsburgh is ruining a generational pitcher, 2.05 ERA and 6 losses already on the season.
Well, I'm going to throw out a name, and I know not a lot of people are going to agree with me, but Nolan Ryan played for some really awful teams and was an absolute fantastic pitcher. I mean, as far as just longevity, but I mean, when you look at some of those Rangers teams and Astros teams that he pitched for, he never got any run support. I mean, he was losing games 3-1. He was losing games 2-0. I mean, it was just one of those things where, and Skeens reminds me of that kind of a fireball. I mean, don't get me wrong, Skeens is a wicked curveball, but it's very similar in the sense that, although this is, I mean, it's 2025. He's going to end up on the Dodgers in 6 months anyway. So,
what year is he traded?
Next trade deadline. Not this year. Next year's trade deadline.
You think it'll be that soon?
They were already talking about him for this year. Mm-hmm. But I just can't imagine the Pirates being, unless the Pirates just get a haul that they just can't say no to.
It is just, I don't know how they can.
See, Forrest thinks he's doing.
Yeah, I don't know how he can. But on today's show today as well, since we're doing really good that we're 9 minutes into the show. We haven't previewed what we're going to talk about or anything. But then again, we don't have a lot we're just going to kind of fly by the seat of our pants like we usually do on this show. But what we have here, the main piece of the news is this right here. This is our brand new bracket that will be coming up a little bit later on in the show. It is called can you see it there? The FTP Best Fast Food Item Bracket. So I've got a list of 64 fast food items.
We're not doing restaurants anymore. We already decided. We already decided what the best restaurant is. Now we are going off of individual food items. What was that? Say it again.
Say what again? That Waffle House one?
I thought you said it skipped. So I thought you said Wendy's, and I was like, no, that's not right.
No, Waffle House one. But I mean, I'm gonna just go through here. Just gonna do some random matchups that we're gonna get looking forward to in the first round. We're gonna be having to pick between maybe the Steak and Shake cheddar.
Paul, you don't count. You hate everything.
Steak burger against the Burger King Whopper. A great first round matchup there. Sonic Tater Tots against the Quarter Pounder with cheese. Lots of it to discuss. The Baja Blast did not make it onto the list. We didn't do any drinks unless they were a specialty drink. Like Sonic's Cherry Limeade's on there, and then we have a Frappuccino on there as well from Starbucks.
Needed to be.
Yeah.
Needed to be.
Baja Blast, I don't know.
Cherry Limeade's
we got some good matchups. We'll have that a little bit later on in the show as well. We'll have Now Here's a Guy. We'll have Leroy's Game and so on. But here, let's drop in Paul's Stats of the Week. And Leroy, I'm going to be honest with you. I usually read ahead and vet his Stats of the Week. I've not done that this week. I'm just going to read them.
You haven't looked at this yet?
I don't know.
You haven't looked at this one yet?
It could be full swear words. And I'm going to be here and go full Ron Burgundy. And I'm just going to read this. Whatever's on the teleprompter, I'm going to read. I see it up here. I see it on my peripheral. There is a pitcher here. I don't know what it is. At least I think it's a pitcher. It is. Okay, it's a Greg Maddux. stat.
Oh, we were talking about him and Merker. We were talking about him and Merker this week.
Not counting batters who were intentionally walked. Greg Maddux faced 8,025 batters from 1995 to 2003. Total pitches to those batters called balls, 8,006. So again, he faced 8,025 batters, and to those batters threw 8,006 balls. I know you're always here for a Greg Maddux stat. Okay. The next one. Mark Grace. I don't know if have you heard of him before?
Name rings a bell. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He in his career, he saw him lead all players in hits and doubles during the 1990s. He also won 4 Gold Gloves at first base, made 3 All-Star teams, finishing his career with a .303 batting average.
The only hits leader that's not in the Hall of Fame. And we talked a couple weeks ago about his Hall of Fame, but I just want to point out again, he is the only hits leader in a decade that is not in the Hall of Fame.
Bo Jackson was determined to get back to playing baseball following his injury. In 1993, about a year after undergoing hip surgery, Jackson resumed his career, becoming the first player in professional sports history to compete with an artificial hip. His hard work immediately paid dividends as he hit a home run on his first at-bat during the 1993 season. Those are Paul's stats of the week.
These kids don't know, man. These kids don't know Bo. Bo Jackson was an absolute legend.
Yeah, I wish I could have seen him play. Who's the one guy that you wish you could have seen play?
What about connections for tonight?
So you did not hear my question that I asked you? I'm going to say no. He did not hear my question that I asked him. And in comment section, please let us know too. Who is the one player that you wish you could have seen play in your lifetime or play in their prime? Do you have one? Paul says Babe Ruth. Paul says Babe Ruth.
That 1927 Yankees team, Murderers Row.
See, I would have loved to have seen prime Nolan Ryan. Like, I would have loved to have watched him pitch a game. Or even, you could go back to... We were talking about all these Olympians. Any sport. Yeah, any sport. Any sport, drop it in there.
I'd like to have been a little bit older for the 85 Bears run.
Mm-hmm. To be able to appreciate it a little bit more.
The late 60s Cubs teams that were really, really good.
Well, you were alive then, weren't you? No? Mickey Mantle.
I'm old. I'm not that old.
Okay. Do you have your
Yes. Yes.
You love the way I'm describing it. You're
Yep. Yeah. All right. So we've got it broken up into clues this week to make it a little bit easier for you. Okay. We've got it set up for make it a little bit easier for Sam, because Sam is and listen, I say all that. I would absolutely struggle with this too.
I got last week's.
You did.
I don't remember who last week was.
So here's the first hint for you.
Oh, okay. Wait a second.
This guy celebrated a birthday, not today, but this week. This guy celebrated all the birthdays from today sucked. This guy celebrated a birthday.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. Okay, so we're supposed to guess who this player is. Number 38.
Correct.
Yeah,
he was a three-time All-Star and 3-time Silver Slugger.
Tell me that's not my hint, because I can read that.
No, that's not
my hint. Okay, good. I was going to say, what a jerk. You're giving me the hint. No. Let me guess. You're going to tell me he wore the number 38 next. That's my next hint. What a jerk. My goodness.
Are you ready for your second clue?
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're doing here. Made his debut in 2001. He's Venezuelan. Okay, so he's a pitcher. Oh boy.
A pitcher who won the Silver Slugger Award. 3 times.
I already know this is going to be one of those that as soon as it pops up, I'm going to kick myself. So presumably, if he made his debut against Milwaukee, he has to be a National League pitcher, you would think, at least when he made his debut. And I'm assuming, oh, you know what? I think I might have a guess here. Get this guy a little bit of a hothead.
You want your third clue? Yes, he is. You want your third clue?
I know it. I know it.
For
here,
our audience,
in fact, here before you show it, I'm typing it into our chat so you can see it. Why can I not spell? Okay, I just put it into our private chat. Am I correct?
Sam, you got it. Sam, you got it.
Okay, I got it.
All right, we have our
third known as a little bit of a hothead.
We have our clue on the bottom. He had a 43.9 career WAR, 132.91, 3.66 ERA. He also has at the time, he was the last pitcher to have a complete or have a no hitter, not at home or away. Explain that one.
Paul says he can't see it.
So, I'll try that.
Yeah, zoom in on there. Who was his other? Because he played for the Cubs, his first team. Who was the other team he played for?
He played one, the Florida Marlins.
Okay. Because this would be none other than Carlos Zambrano. Carlos Zambrano,
correct. And Zambrano threw a no-hitter against the Brewers. He threw a no-hitter against the Astros in Milwaukee because they had a hurricane go through and it damaged the place that they were supposed to play at. It damaged the dome. Wherever they were playing, it damaged. So they ended up having to shift the game to Milwaukee, which Astros fans threw a fit about because it was Wrigley North. It was supposed to be a home game for the Astros, so they threw a fit about it. But yeah, Zambrano shut him down and threw a no-hitter.
Interesting. You ready for now? Here's the guy.
Yes, I am.
I think we're probably gonna have to take a little bit more time on this bracket since it is going to make it. We've got a lot to get to. Or we're not doing obviously every single matchup tonight, but we might do like the left-hand quadrant or something. So if you've never played this game, I've got 4 guys from the 2016 Chicago Cubs. You're welcome.
Hey, that was a good year. That was a good year.
So therefore, Leroy should be able to get all 4 of these.
No chance.
Be able to get all 4 of these. How this works is I am pulling up a picture from what their Wikipedia page is. So it might be in a Cubs picture. It might not be. It might be a great picture. It might not be a great picture. But it is a Wikipedia picture. Would you like number 1, 2, 3, or 4 to open us up here for now? Here's a guy.
2.
Number 2. He's going to drop in there, and it's not a Cubs picture. It is not a Cubs picture. Paul says these should be easy. These should be easy is his comment there. Do you know this guy?
Is that Miguel Montero?
That is not Miguel Montero.
That
is not Miguel Montero. This guy is white.
Is he?
Yes. Yes, he is. This would be Tommy La Stella.
Oh, yes, the home run king. Yes. All right, number 1.
Number 1 for the next one here of now. Here's a guy. Who is this guy, Leroy? Who is this guy from the 2016 Cubs? Your favorite sports team ever, right?
By far.
And no, I can't imagine a team will ever pass it, right?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, no. Is that Pedro Strop?
That is not Pedro Strop. That hat is on straight. Can't be Pedro Strop. That would be Jorge Soler. Soler. Oh, boy. He did. Yep, Paul got that one. So Paul's 2 for 2.
Braves and Royals legend right there.
Okay, 3 or 4 here on. And now here's a guy.
3. Doesn't Soler have like 3 World Series? Soler has like 3 World Series victories. I'm pretty sure Soler has like 3 rings, and he's done absolutely nothing for any of the World Series. Paul, back me up on that. I think Soler has like 3 World Series rings and didn't do a thing in any of them.
Pretty much.
Because I think he got one for the Royals, Cubs, and Braves, I think is what he got one for.
Who's
All
this?
Right, let's take a look at this guy.
Come on, you can't go 0 for on this. You can't go 0 for on now. Here's the guy. Yeah, he was on your favorite Cubs team of all time.
What's funny is I literally just watched the President Obama 2016 when they went to the White House. I literally watched that today. Wow, I'm blanking. Tell me.
Joe Nathan.
Joe Nathan was not on that 2016 Cubs team.
He was on the roster that I just looked at on Wikipedia. He was on that team. And the last one is this guy.
Oh, I won't go 0 for 4. I will not go 0 for 4.
Are you sure you will not go 0 for 4?
I'm 90% sure I will not. That guy needs a haircut. That guy needs a haircut.
Who is this?
We ain't here to get haircuts. It's John Lackey.
John Lackey. Leroy thankfully does not go 0 for 4. He goes 1 for 4, though.
1 for 4.
1 for 4. Paul says Joe Nathan was on the 2016 Cubs.
I don't remember Joe on that team.
The 2016
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying I don't remember him being on that team.
Sounds like you are saying that he wasn't. Let's see how many games he pitched. I hope he pitched in like 85 games. You know, like just showing how
Absolutely.
How many games do you think he pitched in that year?
5.
3.
Okay. Thank you.
3
I wanted to make
games.
sure I wasn't like losing my mind on this.
Oh, well, you probably are losing your mind. Maybe just not for that specific reason. That specific reason, at least. Okay, we can jump into a little bit of play clock, but I have to at least find my play clock because I forgot to pull it up. So I'm just killing time as I'm talking, and it is up. Would you like to ask or answer?
Oh, we're jumping right into that. All right.
Well, that's next thing up after now. Here's a guy. Oh, wait, you do have tidbits, too. Do you want to do your tidbits now? Forgot about that.
No, we'll do them later tonight. We'll do them later tonight. All right. So here's my question for you. If all 30 Major League Baseball teams had to name a captain, who would be the captain for your Reds team for this year and why?
Oh, gosh. Let's see. My button's not really wanting to work today. Who would be the Reds captain? Gosh, I honestly do not know who would be the Reds captain. It probably, I guess, would be Tyler Stevenson. I don't know why it's not working on the screen, but there it goes. I guess it would probably be Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, because everybody else is so young or so new to the team. I know, they think a lot about Jeimer Candelario in the clubhouse, but he sucks. So I don't know that you can really be that. Like Brent Suter is he's a Cincinnati guy, but he's a reliever. Can a reliever be the captain of the team? So I feel like it would have to be Tyler Stevenson would be like the one who would come immediately to mind.
How many teams do you think have a captain that's actually assigned to be their captain?
Less than 5.
Do you know? Yes, less than 5. 3.
I was going to say 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yep. Aaron Judge, Salvador Perez, and Marcus Semien. Those are the only 3 captains in Major League Baseball right now.
Steer isn't a big enough personality, Paul, to be a captain. Like he's kind of a low-key guy. Stevenson, though, is a catcher. It kind of fits. So, Leroy, you know that they say that a tomato is a fruit, right?
Yes.
So does that make ketchup a smoothie?
Dang it, Sam. No, we're not doing this. I don't know what classifies a smoothie as a smoothie, but especially like fruit and like milk or something like that. No. We are not. No. Emphatically, no. It is not a smoothie. Stop it. It's a condiment.
Paul says you'll say yes, but hell no, he says.
No. Not on this one, Paul. That's no. That's not. I don't know. We're not doing that.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh my goodness. All right. You have your ability to have your own personal Hall of Fame. So who are the first 3 recipients in the Sam Gormley Hall of Fame?
I'm not sure I understand. Not sure I understand your question.
My question is very simple. You get to have your own personal Hall of Fame. You can call whoever you want to. They'll show up. They'll do a reception.
I mean, are these supposed to be people that are important to me in my life? Well, I'll tell you this: who would not be in the Hall of Fame would be you. You'd be, you would. We'd charge you double when you'd walk. I mean, do I have to say my mom, my dad, and
no? I mean, mine's like Ryan Sandberg, Michael Jordan.
So if I'm talking sports people, my 3 favorite athletes of all time, I think I got Votto's in there. In fact, I'll do this. Of Votto, I'm gonna put Burrow in there just because he's there, and I'm gonna put Jeremy Johnson, who was my next door neighbor growing up, played for the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm gonna put him on that list just because he was awesome in there. So that's my Hall of there.
No, it doesn't have to be current. It doesn't have to be current. Like mine would probably be Ryan Sandberg, Walter Payton, and Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. That would probably be my 3 that I would have in there.
Oh, that's a good one. Shirley Snyder says Mr. McGee. Yeah, shout out to Mr. McGee. He's a legend here in Grayson County. He would absolutely deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Okay, are you ready for this one? Okay, you need to listen here. You're gonna get mad.
Let's go.
If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become a vampire, or does the vampire become a zombie?
The zombie becomes a vampire because the zombie would have to bite the vampire for the vampire to become a vampire zombie. So I've got to go with zombie vampire who can only hunt at night and wants to suck your blood.
But isn't that different? Answer. Does it not overpower?
No, not in the traditional sense. No, I think honestly, probably nothing would work. They'd probably just look at each other and neither would work.
Or would they turn into human?
No, it would just be moot. It'd be moot completely. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Period.
Uh-huh.
They'd just spend the rest of eternity biting each other.
Right. Yeah. Vampire zombie. You want to do tidbits, or you want to jump into this fast food item bracket?
Let's jump into the fast food. We got a whole bunch of people here. Let's jump into the fast food thing. And
ladies and gentlemen,
right afterwards.
It is time now for the From the Pressbox Best Fast Food Item Bracket. This will be happening. What? How long did it take us to get through the restaurant bracket? What, about 6 weeks? 6 weeks?
4 or 5. No, yeah, 5, 6 weeks. Yeah,
Something
5, 6 weeks.
So we are going to be going through this. And you in the comments section, it's simple. You just comment what item you prefer in this scenario. You don't have to vote, but we'd love to have your suggestion because they would turn into a clamola. That is my answer.
That's terrifying.
That poor thing. Poor thing
for sure. That's terrifying.
So this is it. There are 64 items. We have got from a bunch of different restaurants. We tried to go not too many regional restaurants. So what I mean by that is like In-N-Out, Whataburger, and so on that aren't necessarily all over the place. We try to not put over those. That doesn't mean that there aren't some that might not be in your town. But if they aren't, then I guess you vote for the other option or you abstain.
We tried to make this pretty generic as far as but there's no In-N-Out on here. There's no...
To be completely transparent, though, I asked ChatGPT to make this. And this is what ChatGPT came up with. Leroy and I made a couple of changes. I know you added a couple. I added a couple, made some changes and so on with this. So are you ready for the first? And then what I did, though, is I did a random seed then. So I just put it in and it seeded it randomly. And I've got it right here in front of us. that we're going to go through this. So are you ready for the first matchup of the From the Pressbox fast food item bracket? The first matchup is the Sonic Cherry Limeade against Queso from Moe's.
Oh.
What a combination there in that first matchup. Again,
Oh.
if you're watching with us in the comments, please let us know which one you prefer between the Sonic Cherry Limeade and Queso from Moe's.
While you all are talking, I just want to point out my 3-pound bag of gummy bears that I got for the trip to Indianapolis. I never actually ate, and so now I'm just sitting here chewing them down while we're doing podcasts. Cherry limeade all day.
John is voting for Moe's. I also will vote for Moe's here. Forrest, though, is coming in with a limeade, which means right now that the cherry limeade is up 3-2. Tamara says neither. Miss Shirley says Sonic. So Sonic will advance there.
That's right.
With the cherry limeade. I'm a little disappointed.
That's important.
Did not move on. Okay. A burrito bowl from Chipotle or a root beer float from A&W.
Oh, what are you doing?
A burrito bowl from Chipotle or A&W root beer float. Listen, Leroy, I love a root beer float. I do. I love a good root beer float. But I got to go with the Chipotle burrito bowl. That is my vote here.
It's going to break my heart. It's going to break my heart.
We got 1 vote for the root beer float, 2 votes for the root beer float. Forrest ties it up at 2 now with a vote for Chipotle.
Chipotle.
3-2 Chipotle right now. Wow. Leroy does it. Tamara, though, comes in to tie us back up at 3. Paul comes in to give the root beer float the lead at 4-3, though. Is Chipotle going to get eliminated? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, it is. The A&W root beer float advances.
Disappointing.
Wow. Okay. Next up, a spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's versus a Five Guys cheeseburger.
With everything on it?
Well, the Five Guys cheeseburger, you get to put whatever you want on it. So the Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich versus a cheeseburger from Five Guys. This is
I always like Five Guys. If money wasn't an option, Five Guys would be my favorite.
But that's the question and this is where it's open to interpretation of how much does the cost of the item roll into what you're going to say?
I'm going Five Guys.
Wow, we got 4 votes now. 5 votes for Five Guys. Wow. I'm going to vote for the Wendy's. But Five Guys absolutely destroys and advances in this. Five Guys cheeseburger. Next up, Leroy, in my opinion, this might be the toughest matchup of the first round. I told Mick this one earlier, and I honestly thought he was going to start crying. He was so upset.
So is it Baconator versus Quarter Pounder or something like that? Let's hear it.
It is.
Let's hear it.
The Cookout tray from the restaurant Cookout against the Chicken McNuggets.
Oh, you poor thing.
Cookout tray versus the chicken Chicken McNugget from McDonald's. And for those who've never had Cookout,
you poor thing.
It is quite delicious. It is quite delicious.
Oh.
This is a very difficult decision for me.
Oh, man.
Cookout tray. Because the thing about the Cookout trays, it's so versatile. It's so versatile. It can go so many different ways.
John, there's a restaurant that we have in central Midwest.
It's south. The south. Yeah, it's primarily the southeast is where it's from.
It's pretty good. Okay,
we've got 1 vote for Cookout. I'm going to make it 2 votes for Cookout. We've got McNuggets, though. So we got 2 votes for McNuggets. So it's 2-2. What is your vote? It is 2-2 right now. Miss Shirley is going with McDonald's. So we've got 3 votes for McDonald's, 2 votes for Cookout.
Cookout.
3-3 right now. Are we going to have to go to the old coin flip on this one? I think we are. The coin flip comes in. Paul says we have a Cookout. Yeah, down in the southeast. That makes sense. Okay, so Cookout is on top of this. So that means they're hats, right? Isn't that what we've decided in the past?
The number one, whoever the higher seed is the home team.
We'll just make it on the top here. So here we go.
So
Alexa,
heads,
volume 10. Okay, here we go. Alexa, flip a coin.
Okay.
Here we go.
You got heads.
Cookout eliminates the Chicken McNugget, goes down in round 1. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna get these people to revolt, man.
That is an upset. Next up, a cheddar cheese steak burger from Steak and Shake versus the Whopper.
Whopper.
No, the Steak and Shake burger wins.
I don't even have to.
The Steak and Shake burger wins. This is one of those games that's like a 50-point beatdown.
When's the last time you had Steak and Shake?
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah. Every time I go to Steak and Shake, the service is dreadful.
The Whopper, though, I have never once been like, you know what I really want right now? I want a Whopper. I think your Nugget vote counted, John. You can count up the votes and see if I'm wrong. Wow, the Whopper. 4 votes for the Whopper right now. We've got 2 votes for the Steak and Shake. So I guess the Whopper is going to eliminate.
Forrest said it. Pull up Forrest. Yeah. See? They suck.
Oh, Paul comes in to make it 4-3. But it
Paul
looks
hates
like
everything, though.
Burger King Whopper still advances, though, with it. Next up, a Frosty from Wendy's against the Bacon Barbecue Cheeseburger from Hardee's.
Frosty.
So the Hardee's Bacon Cheeseburger versus a Frosty.
I can't tell you the last time I ate at Hardee's.
We have one in town, and I never go there. And there's no reason as to why. It always
have
comes through.
That's another one of those restaurants that I have no idea how they're still in business. Like
they're always busy.
No idea how they're still in business.
They're always busy here. I'm going to go with the Frosty, though. So we have 3 votes for the Frosty, 4 votes for the Frosty, 5 votes for the Frosty. And poor John comes in for Hardee's to make sure it's not a complete shutout. But the Frosty advances, and my guess is Paul hates a Frosty. He hasn't voted yet, but I'm sure he hates the Frosty. John says he'll never vote for Wendy's. Well, I didn't ask you, John. Nobody asked you. Okay, you ready for this? Again,
yes.
We did not make this. The bracket did it own. We have got a McDonald's battle.
Oh, no.
McDonald's McGriddle.
Yes.
Versus the McDonald's fries.
Versus the fries?
Fries from McDonald's versus the McGriddle. I'm voting for the fries. I like the McGriddle. I'd transition more into the McMuffin. And I think the McMuffin is coming up. It is coming up later on. But if this was a McMuffin, it would be a much more difficult decision. But because of that, I'm going to go with the fries. It is not. We have 2 votes for the fries from McDonald's over the McMuffin. This was one of the ones you fought to put in the bracket. Are you going to eliminate it off of the first round?
I'm so mad
okay, so we got 3 votes, 1 vote for the McGriddle.
McGriddle.
2 votes for the McGriddle. 3-2.
If it was any other matchup, I'd pick fries, but I pushed for McGriddle to be in this. I have to vote for McGriddle. It's
going to get eliminated off the bat.
Oh.
Off the bat, it might. I mean, McDonald's fries are the best out there.
Pancake as buns. It's amazing.
You've never sounded more American than what you just said right there. Oh, we got a McGriddle to tie it up at 3.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes!
boy.
Let's
So you know
go!
what happens right now is it comes down to Paul Reeves, I believe,
Paul Reeves!
in voting for is it the McDonald's
Paul!
fries or is it the McGriddle?
Either way, I'm going to be heartbroken.
Oh, boy. We're going to let
Either
Paul
way,
break
I'd
it.
be
If Paul's
heartbroken.
here, if Paul doesn't vote in the next 15 seconds, then I'm going to send it to a coin flip. He's got to put in a comment here. He is probably just tying his brain up. He doesn't know which way to go. What is the best? He's going with the fries. He's going with the fries at the buzzer. Oh, no. The McGriddle is eliminated. Do I need a moment of silence? Next up, to close the first region, a roast beef sandwich from Arby's versus the McDonald's hash brown.
Oh, no.
This
And
is
what's
easy.
sad is these are going to get even harder in like the later rounds.
Oh,
That's what's even sad about this.
This is easy for me. The Arby's roast beef sandwich is a legitimate Final Four contender for me.
Yeah, I'm going with Arby's.
Arby's.
I love the hash brown, but I got to go with Arby's, man.
3 votes for Arby's, 4 votes for Arby's. Paul will vote for the hash brown. Forrest, it's a runaway for the Arby's roast beef sandwich. Arby's.
Getting like Flynn.
Arby's roast beef advances. Okay, well, how about we do one more first round region? We got a lot of. We'll do one more first round region, and then we'll save the second.
Yeah, we got a lot of people here. Let's keep it going.
A Frappuccino from Starbucks against Captain D's shrimp, like a popcorn shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
The Starbucks. I know, Leroy. What are you, about a 3 or 4 Frappuccinos a day? Right, you're a big Starbucks guy, right?
No, Lexi is though.
When is the last time you ordered something at a Starbucks? And not ordered for your daughter or for Christy. Was it at Western?
No, gosh, no. 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have 1 vote for Captain D's, 2 votes for Captain D's.
I'm a white chocolate mocha. I'm a white chocolate mocha guy.
3-1 right now. What is your vote? I'm voting for Captain D's.
I can't do that. I can't do that Frappuccino stuff. Shrimp all day.
5-1. Captain D's advances and eliminates Starbucks right off the bat.
Bless you.
This next one is this next one is going to be one of those that makes me go crazy because we had some powerful matchups here, like the cookout tray versus the McNugget. But yet we have the Italian BMT from Subway against the onion rings from Burger King.
Oh, no.
What a terrible matchup.
Oh, no. I saw the BMT. I got really excited when I saw it in the names of 64. Oh, no. I got to go with onion rings. I got to. Oh, that's disappointing.
We got to vote for onion rings here, so that's 2 votes for onion rings.
I'll be all right with whatever comes out.
Paul votes for the Italian BMT.
Yeah, that's
Forrest
all right.
votes for the Italian BMT. I'm going to vote for the Italian BMT too to make it 3-2. To make it 3-2. John says that the Nuggies needs a recount. I'll go back and watch it. We're tied at 3 now. John votes for onion rings though, so onion rings advances.
4-3.
And now we have a matchup here that is going to be hard for me. The chicken finger dinner from Zaxby's against the Culver's Butterburger.
Butterburger.
This is tough. This is tough. Oh, boy, this is tough. This is tough.
John, just picture whatever you think is the most delicious burger of all time, and that's what you get with the Culver's Butterburger.
But Zaxby's is the best of the chicken places.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
John has never had either one. So I guess John's sitting out this one. We got a vote for Zaxby's. We got 2 votes for Culver's. I've not voted yet. Oh, gosh. What am I voting? Oh, boy. I'm voting for Zaxby's. It hurts. It hurts. Shirley's voting for Zaxby's. 4-2 Zaxby's. Zaxby's eliminates the Culver's Butterburger. Oh, no.
Oh.
Does that hurt more than the McGriddle? It's better than Raising Cane's. Without question. Without question, it's better than Raising Cane's, Forrest. I will stand and I will die on that hill. It is better.
Oh, Paul, a rare die on the hill. A rare die on the hill from Sam Gormley.
Yep. And listen, Paul is in agreement. Paul is in agreement. Zaxby's is better. KFC original chicken. So this is like the chicken leg against the turkey tom from Jimmy John's. I'm going with I'm a Kentuckian. I have to vote for KFC.
KFC.
Yeah, I have to. I feel like my card would get pulled if I did not vote for KFC. So we have 2 votes for KFC, 0 votes for the Jimmy John's, 3 votes for KFC, 3 votes for KFC, 0 for the original or for the Jimmy John's Turkey Tom. It's one of their signature sandwiches. KFC advances, though, in a relative route.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to get a little fancy here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cajun filet sandwich from Bojangles, which I've never had, versus Panera's broccoli cheddar cheese soup.
Ew to both of them.
You don't like broccoli cheddar cheese soup? No? Panera against Bojangles here.
I guess I'll go with Bojangles because I
like that broccoli cheddar cheese soup. I'm voting for that. I don't know that it would have beaten many, but we got 3 votes for that. 4 votes for the cheddar cheese soup. How about Panera coming through here?
Crazy.
Panera advances. It looks like Forrest is going to come in there to make it 4-2, but I don't think they can catch up. It is the Panera broccoli cheddar soup. Well, John's voting for Bojangles, but it's 4-3. 4-3 is the final.
See, that's what. See, I'm with Forrest. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the appeal of Panera is.
This is the one thing at Panera that I think is actually good. Is their broccoli cheddar cheese soup. The sausage and egg biscuit from Hardee's. Forrest was mentioning earlier how much Hardee's is good breakfast.
Hardee's breakfast.
Versus, are you ready for this?
Oh no, go ahead.
A taco from Taco Bell.
Oh.
This is the I'm talking your basic taco. We know Leroy's voting for Hardee's here. He's very anti Taco Bell, and Paul is voting for Taco Bell.
Paul, the answer is Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Paul. Paul, the answer is Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
I will vote for Taco Bell here. So we have 2 votes for Taco Bell, 1 vote for Hardee's. This one you might actually cry if it gets eliminated, right? 3 votes for Taco Bell. John is voting for Baja Blast. That's not one of the options, John. Unless that means you're voting for Taco Bell.
I love when people say Taco Bell is not really not real Mexican food. Listen, if I want real Mexican food, I won't go to Taco Bell. Go to Taco Bell, I want Taco Bell.
I'd rather read the wrapper off the sausage biscuit from Hardee's than Taco Bell. Well, sorry, Paul.
I know where we're going for the Indy. I know exactly where I'm taking Paul for the Indy 500 next year. Go swing right by Taco Bell next to the Speedway. That's exactly where we're going to go.
Taco Bell advances with the taco. A pepperoni pizza from Domino's against crazy bread from Little Caesars.
Now, wait. Is this regular pepperoni pizza or pepperoni pizza stuffed crust? Because Domino's just introduced the stuffed crust, and it's fantastic.
This is your pepperoni pizza. Like the regular.
Generic, regular Domino's.
versus
Okay.
the crazy bread from Little Caesars. Whoa. Okay. Oh, man. People coming through. We got 3 votes for the crazy bread. We got some people that love the crazy bread here. Forrest votes for Domino's. I'm going to vote for Domino's. So, Leroy, that means you get to settle this. Domino's comes away with the win. And the final matchup of today. Sliders from White Castle against.
What are you putting up? What are you putting up against it?
The greatest fast food sandwich on the market, the Baconator from Wendy's.
Slider.
It's sorry, Leroy just had technical issues, and it looks like his connection has dropped off, so his vote doesn't count. Wendy's Baconator wins. Are you telling me the Baconator is going to get eliminated? The Baconator, you don't get to vote. I will ban you. I will ban you right now. I will ban you. Paul votes for the Baconator. Tamara votes for the Baconator. Forrest votes for the Baconator, though. That's 4 votes for the Baconator. The Baconator advances and eliminates White Castle in our final matchup.
Look how many people pick sliders over there, though. Look how many people pick.
I mean, if you comment it 74 times.
1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4.
commenting it 74 times doesn't mean, do you want me to just keep doing this? There we go. I can just do this. How about that? How's that happen?
That's not from you, though. That's from
this is the best. Well, from the Pressbox
is not.
See, I do this. It counts for both YouTube and Facebook. This is the official opinion of From the Pressbox. So
no,
there you go.
Is not. No, it is not.
Baconator advances. Thank goodness. I couldn't do that. Okay.
Oh.
So do you want to know? Okay. Do you want to know the matchups that we're going that have advanced, or do you want to know what we're going to be looking at next week?
No, let's take a look at what we're going to be looking at next week. This all gives you an incentive, everyone, to come back next week so you can vote in on these matchups next week. Let's hear them.
These are the things you're going to be voting for next week. A 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell against the Popeyes biscuit. Patty melt from Culver's against Taco John's potato olays. The Pizza Hut pan pizza against Wendy's chili. Krispy Kreme glazed donut against Panda Express orange chicken. Raising Cane's chicken against Dairy Queen chicken. The corn dog from Sonic against a Dunkin' glazed donut. Dairy Queen Blizzard against Arby's curly fries. Chick-fil-A waffle fries against the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Fries from Five Guys against the Egg McMuffin from McDonald's. Sonic tater tots against the Quarter Pounder from McDonald's. Taco Bell Crunch Wrap against Auntie Anne's pretzels. That one's going to be hard for you, I know. McDonald's McFlurry against the Locos Taco. A Gordita Crunch against Hush Puppies from Long John Silver's. The Famous Bowl against the Qdoba Chicken Burrito. Fries from Rally's against the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And nacho fries against the Big Mac. That's what you get to look forward to next week on From the Press Box. First person that comes to mind when I see Leroy's hat, Vladimir Guerrero. Paul. Vladimir Guerrero would probably be my answer. Is that not a good answer?
Yeah, that's just pretty typical.
John, your votes don't count right now, but he went ahead. You haven't heard of the nacho fries from Taco Bell, Forrest? They're good. They're good. They're really good. They're really good. Especially when you get the cheese sauce in there.
They are.
It's good.
I said you had, and I'm not, I haven't had chicken nuggets from there yet. I need to still try the chicken nuggets from there.
So I've had them a couple of times. And I had them in the last 2 weeks. And they were on point. And then I've had them a couple other times where, so it's a little hit or miss. But they have a new dipping sauce, which is like spicy hot honey.
Yep.
Yeah. it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Oh, you didn't hear us say it. Then I said, oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Forrest. Yeah, nacho fries. It was coming. It was coming. Sliders losing kills the bracket, John. Well,
are you ready for tidbits?
Let's do it.
Yep. All right. The NBA Finals are set. Pacers Thunder. Put in the comments who you think is going to win. Pacers Thunder. Sam, your thoughts on that one?
Thunder.
Indiana might burn down if the Pacers win it all.
Yeah, I'm voting for the Thunder. They got more UK guys.
Indianapolis might burn down. I'm going to go with Pacers because I would love to see the Pacers win one. Halliburton's a good dude, man. Although I laugh that he thought he was going to win the MVP and took a couple steps forward, and they announced the other dude, and Halliburton was like, oh yeah, all right, cool. NHL finals are set, and while Paul does not consider it a major sport, I'm still going to ask in the comments who you think is going to win. It's a rematch from last year's finals. Edmonton Oilers taking on the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
America, come on.
I'm voting for Canada.
Ah, boo.
Just because I now know that it ticks you off.
Oh, all right. Hunter Goodman tripled and doubled, and the Colorado Rockies beat the Miami Marlins 3-2 on Wednesday to complete a sweep in their first series win of the season. Congratulations to the Rockies. They get a pizza party from Chuck E. Cheese for their efforts.
That's why let's see. Bracket, though, did it? We didn't have a We didn't have the old Chuck E. Cheese pizza on there, did we not? So I don't know that it's still a thing anymore, but I saw at the Walmart a year or two ago that they had the frozen Chuck E. Cheese pizza in like the frozen section. Yes. I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it. Tastes just as awful as you would expect. Just as awful as you would have expected it to.
Well, $2 pizza. What do you? I mean, you get what you pay for. Yeah, the Mariners are retiring. Ichiro's jersey number 51 later this season and Randy Johnson's 51 next season. Johnson wanted Ichiro's day to hold the same importance since it was announced first, so he asked to delay his own ceremony until 2026. Ichiro originally wrote a letter to Johnson when he came into Major League Baseball in 2001 to ask if he could wear the number, and Johnson said yes. Tom Thibodeau was fired from the Knicks. He joins a long list of coaches that have been fired after very successful seasons. Not quite sure what the Knicks are thinking, although I've seen a bunch of New York fans say that he played the starters way too much. If there's anybody in the comments section that watches the NBA a little bit more than I do, let me know in the comments what you think of the Thibodeau firing from.
You know, we host a great sports podcast when we say, hopefully you watch more than we do. you know we're really good. But I don't watch the NBA.
Basketball, though, man, I can pretend to talk out my butt, but there's no point. Also, Tom Thibodeau at one point had a mullet, and it looked fantastic.
I saw that picture. There's
currently an Oh, I'm sorry. You have to play the WNBA music.
Oh, boy. Oh, where is it?
Is the computer going to handle it?
There's your WNBA music.
All right. There's currently an investigation being launched into the Seattle Storm coaching staff by the WNBA and league security after viewing a complaint from a former Seattle Storm player who alleges that an assistant coach directed profanity at the. Woo! She cussed at me. Told me to do a good job. How dare she? Chicago Sky are set to honor franchise legend and WNBA champion Candace Parker by retiring her jersey on August 25th at the team's game against the Las Vegas Aces. Her number 3 jersey will be raised to the rafters alongside 2021 championship banner. Caitlin Clark is hurt. She's got a hip injury. Tickets for her game against the Sky dropped from $86 to $25. But Angel Reese is convinced that everyone's watching because of her.
Christy thinks the same way, right?
I don't know where she is tonight, but yes, absolutely.
Oh, she'll probably appear now.
All right. At least 15 former Indiana men's basketball players are alleging improper sexual conduct by a former team physician, and saying Indiana officials, including the late coach Bobby Knight, were aware of that behavior. So a scandal in Hoosier Town. FanDuel has banned a bettor who posted a video of himself heckling Gabby Thomas at a recent track event, claiming that, quote, "it made my parlay win. LOL." The first super regional berth in program history for the Murray State Racers. Congratulations to Murray State on their first berth in super regional berth in program history. Congratulations to the Racers.
Sad that the Tops couldn't get it done there.
I got that right, didn't I? They're the Racers?
Yeah. Look at you. Good job.
Yes.
Clearly you learned
Those are
something from Leroy's logos.
I've learned a lot from Leroy's logos. Let me tell you. I feel a much more accomplished person. Much more wider.
You got some autographs?
Next week we're going to start learning how to pronounce half of these NBA players so I can learn how to be a real person. All right.
You got some autographs or no?
I do.
Dropping some autographs, and then I think we're almost done. And then we got some NASCAR picks, and then we're almost done for the day. Which is good, because honestly, I've been could you pick out the Murray State logo?
Yeah, now I can. Can you pick out this autograph? Yeah, so there.
Gosh, I hate these. Oh, boy. So Hall of Fame 2001.
2001.
Who is this?
There is a theme for this week, too.
I mean, you got to think this guy would have played in the 80s.
There is a theme for this week.
I don't know. This one, I don't. Is that a K? I
Yes.
was going to say Kurt Gibson, but I don't think that's right. That'll be my guess, though.
Kirk Gibson, your final guess?
It's wrong, but.
All right. It is Kurt. John says Cool G.
Mm-hmm. Is that right?
It says Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't think I would have pulled that out. Yeah, that one's
All right.
tough.
Next up, Hall of Fame 2004.
Dave Matthews? From the Dave Matthews Band?
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
That first initial is a P. First initial is a P.
That's a P?
Yes.
I got nothing on this one. Yeah, no, that's not going to help me at all. Is that an M, the second? So PM?
Yes.
Who is this?
Paul Molitor.
Oh. Is this Twins today?
Yes.
So is this Joe Mauer?
Here's the last.
So I assume this is Twin. So is Twins the theme?
Yes, Twins is the theme.
I have no idea who this is either. Harmon Killebrew? I'm trying to think of famous Twins, but that doesn't look like it would be Harmon Killebrew. Looks like a Rex Chapman, but Rex Chapman didn't play for the
Rex Grossman signed to baseball.
Rod Screw? Rod Carew.
Yes.
There you
Paul
go.
got it. Yes.
Rod Carew.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I would have pulled that one out. Oh,
So Rod Carew, Paul Molitor, and Kirby Puckett are this week's autographs.
NASCAR this week heads to Michigan. Your
Let's
updated
go.
standings. Leroy, you won last week with 42 points. John got 43. Mike got 29. Paul and I both got 27. The overall standings, I have 415. Leroy, you're at 405. Paul at 343. John at 259. And Mike at 147. They're at Michigan this week. Who you got?
Yep. William Byron.
That's exactly who I had. It's exactly who I had. So I got to change that then. I'll go Kyle Larson then. Because I literally had Byron written down. So I'll go Kyle Larson for this week. John, you are eligible to pick Logano again. Yep, I don't know. I don't know why I even ask. You're eligible to pick him again, so I should just go ahead and give you him. And Paul, who would you like for this week?
I'm so glad you set that rule up at the very, very beginning when we started NASCAR that you could only pick. So IndyCar Fantasy does that. So IndyCar Fantasy does where you have 6 drivers and you sign each one of those drivers up to a certain contract, up to 5 races. Once those 5 races are done, you have to wait a week before you, or 4 or whatever. You have to wait a week before you can pick them up again. So I think that's a good. I like that we do that. I think that's a good way of kind of.
It's not fun to have the same driver every single week.
No. So,
and if it were easier for me to keep track, I would even be fine if we had some rule where you could only pick a driver 5 times the entire year. If it were just easier, that's just too much for me to keep track of, if I'm being honest. Paul, if you had a pick here for this. But so what do you think though on Friday? I went over my thing. He's going to go Christopher Bell, says Paul. Am I going to be able to pull it off?
Yes, but it's going to be really, really close. And you better hope that some of those games get either delayed or that they kind of have a little bit of a buffer there. Luckily, you're only doing like the journalist aspect of it. Like you wouldn't be able to do it.
I would. No, I would have to pick.
No way.
I would have to pick. Yeah.
No way. So
I wouldn't even try in that realm.
You should be able to do it, especially if you're, maybe you're coming in a few minutes after opening tip. You should be.
Yeah,
I'm fine. But
if
luckily, most of the kids are. Most of the kids aren't. School's not in session, so that should make Bowling Green a whole lot easier to manage.
You would think. I know I've been looking at like campus because I have specific areas that I can park, and now it's like I can park a little bit closer, but I'd have to pay for that. And I'm like, so I'm kind of going through all my game plan and everything. It is doing it. Well, we both know the latter is not going to happen, Paul. But the what's more likely? I make the big bucks or make all 4?
Neither.
Next week on the show, we'll have the next round of the right side of the fast food item bracket. Yep. I'm interested to see who wins this. I really am curious to see who wins this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how it goes along. Any parting thoughts here?
No. I know NFL was back to, they had some of the training camp stuff going on. As they get ready, they're getting ready for media day is either today or tomorrow. So they're going to be doing media because all the Bears players are wearing their uniforms. So media day is like either today or tomorrow around the NFL. So it's getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. We're getting there, and then baseball starting to get ready for the All-Star game. If you're a baseball fan, make sure you go vote for the All-Star game that's taking place in Atlanta this year. Paul's got front row seats to go watch all these other players that play in Atlanta go play. So, and then let's see what else we got.
Well, he's gonna watch the National League lose again.
Yes,
that's what happens every year.
Yes, and then obviously I will talk a little bit about the NBA and the NHL playoff finals as well. So we'll have all that next week.
Look forward.
And then next weekend I'll be in St. Louis for the IndyCar race. So lots of stuff going on as we get a little bit closer into the summer. So
busy times for sure. Have a good rest of your week. Thanks everyone for watching. We hope to see you back next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good rest of your